What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today we are outside in Grand Junction in the winter, and this video is going to be all about, well, two questions really. Does it snow in Grand Junction? Obviously, so we've already tackled that one. Does it snow a lot in Grand Junction, Colorado? Well, the short answer is no, it doesn't. We're going to talk about the details of what goes into that and what you can expect in the winter here in Grand Junction, so stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, and along with my wife Christie, we are the Hayes Home Group right here in Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if you're brand new to this channel and you just want to know everything about what it's like to work, live, play, eat, sleep, and what you can expect in the winter here in Grand Junction, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tap that bell so you're notified every single time we post a new video. We are getting so many phone calls, reach outs from folks all over the country looking to move here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving out this way, and you too have questions about what it's like in winter or anything else for that matter, that information popping up below, reach out, give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Any way that you know how to reach out, we've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving here to Grand Junction. So just got a text message actually earlier today from a client who we helped move out here from Portland, Oregon, and he said something to the effect of loving the snow, not something that we obviously had the opportunity to enjoy in Portland, Oregon, and I thought that was kind of cool. So situationally, Grand Junction is west of the Colorado Rockies, the Continental Divide. So we're about 4,500 feet, and as opposed to Denver, let's say, that's a mile high, 5,280, 5,280 feet. And so when we're helping folks out from these, let's say, surrounding states close to Colorado, they kind of know what the snowfall is here on the west side of the Colorado Rockies. It's the folks that, you know, we're moving out here from California, Oregon, the south. Not so much the East Coast, because they obviously are used to the snow, but those folks in those other states are just really wanting to know, is it the perception that they see on TV, right? Is this, you know, Vail, Aspen snow, 20 feet? Is that what we're going to deal with when we move to Grand Junction? And obviously that perception is not reality. So we're in what we would call the banana belt here in Grand Junction, again about 4,500 feet, and that banana belt is something that produces a very arid climate. And when you're talking about the science of it all,
yes, science!
I do know there's something called the Chinook Winds, and I don't know exactly how it works, but the Rockies pretty much act as a buffer for us here in Grand Junction. So some of the major snowstorms that blow through coming west to east in Colorado, that doesn't hit Grand Junction. So the average snowfall in Denver is going to be about 60 inches per year, about 5 feet of snow. The snowfall average in Grand Junction is only about 15 inches of snow. In fact, they were saying last night that this is probably one of the biggest storms that we've seen in a while, about 5 or 6 inches of snow. So that's going to be about 40 to 50% of the entire snowfall that we're going to get for the whole season. We got yesterday and the day before, and that was the first measurable snowfall that we had here in Grand Junction, a couple of days after Christmas. So can you expect snow? Of course you can expect it, but it's certainly nothing that you're going to have to really concern yourself with. I'll walk up to the front of the subdivision here and show you just how well the city does with putting those chemicals down on the main thoroughfares, where you just never have any issues, you know, driving around town and getting to where you want to be. So I want to go ahead and show you what the main roads look like. Again, we're in the subdivision here, and the snow actually didn't stop until probably around, I want to say 7, 8 o'clock last night. And they put those chemicals down And this morning this was completely clear. This is Highway 340, kind of runs east-west of the valley, but not an issue at all. People doing the speed limit, probably even over the speed limit, because there is nothing on the highway here as far as ice or snow with those chemicals that they put down. Right now it's about 28 degrees outside, so yeah, it's a little chilly. Don't have gloves on, don't really need them, doesn't bother me a whole lot. But when it comes to laying those chemicals down, that's where you need to be, about 20-25 degrees, and that those chemicals work really well. Now if you get a snow at 3 in the morning and you have a commute at 7:30, those chemicals aren't going to work as efficiently or as quickly because those temperatures are going to be obviously a little lower, and that snowfall just wouldn't had enough time to melt away from the city putting those chemicals down on the roadway. Same thing in the evening. If it's a late afternoon snow and you've got to leave the office at 5 o'clock, might have a little commuting concern there, but again, as long as that temperature is 20-25 and above, those chemicals are going to wipe that away pretty quickly. So the only thing that you ever really have to contend with is just getting out of your neighborhood, and we've already done it a couple of times today. It's not a big deal. It's all packed down and super easy. So one of the other things that makes a difference too is if you have a north facing home, your snow is going to melt obviously a little slower than if you were to have a south facing home, which is going to be obviously something to maybe consider when you're looking to buy out here. You can see this north facing home here, total shade on the driveways, but they're so short and they're not very steep, so not really a big deal. You've got a west facing home, and then you've got east facing homes. Those are going to give you basically a double whammy because you're going to have the sun either side, either time of the day, but that north facing certainly can have that icy driveway in the morning. But with our limited snowfall, it's really not a big deal. Now when it comes to if you love the winter and you want to go out and hit the slopes, you can certainly do that 40 minutes away at Powderhorn Ski Resort. And they've got advanced, intermediate, beginner slopes there at Powderhorn, right up there, just up the I-70 at basically the base of the Grand Mesa. And so that winter activity is all around and close by, so you don't have to drive 2 hours to Vail or Aspen or 2 hours down south to Telluride. You can do that right here close to Grand Junction. But the average, let's talk about some stats, okay? So the average snowfall again is about 15 inches annually here in Grand Junction, and the national average for snowfall is about 28 inches, so we're well below that. Now when it comes to just precipitation in general, let's talk about rainfall. Yeah, we have some rain here sometimes as well, not a lot. Our average annual rainfall is only about 9 inches per year, and the national average is about 38 inches of rainfall. And you're going to typically see that in the spring, in the summer, late summer. We'll have a couple of weeks of kind of a mini monsoon season, but 9 inches of rain, that's it. And then, as I've said a million times, more sunny days than Florida. So we had that dump yesterday of 4 or 5 inches, beautiful blue skies. All the snow's melted away and no worries driving around town, and again, usually never is. The average sunny days here in Grand Junction is about 250 sunny days per year. I think the national average is about 205. So, again, when it comes to what to expect in the winter here in Grand Junction, yeah, you're going to get some snow. It's Colorado, right? But you're not ever going to have any concerns driving around town, getting where you want to go, and you're left with this gorgeous holiday season scenery snow. Again, we've got that 5-6 inches, probably about 50% of what we're going to get the entire year in the last couple of days. And then, you're getting into January, February, certainly still the potential for some snowfall, but it'll probably be much less than we just got a couple of days ago. Usually it's half an inch, inch and a half. It's melted by 11 o'clock and you're good to go. So there you go. Those are the details of what to expect in the winter. March comes around. Weather really isn't at a point where it's going to create any snowfall at that point. Things are starting to warm up a little bit. Have we had snow in March, April? Yeah, you can see it coming down, but the ground is too warm for it to actually stick or create any sort of issues for you at all. So I hope that was informative. Again, as much as we love making these videos, we would love nothing more to help you accomplish your real estate goals here in Grand Junction. So that number information popping up below. Reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, whatever you need to do. We've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving to Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.